Good morning, and welcome to the Book of Norman. Thus, it is big hat weather now. Well, it's been raining a lot, and I like wearing the big felt hat when it's rainy because, it's like an umbrella, but you wear it on your head. It's nice. Anyways, so I've discovered Blue Sky. It's the alternative, well, an alternative to X, formerly known as Twitter. And I haven't been on there since I can't even remember. It's been a couple years actually. I got sick of the vitriol and ugliness that was showing up there. And a lot of people do, but there's still a lot of people there. And I just want to tell people, you can move on. You don't have to stay there. I mean, maybe one day it'll get nice again, but it's kind of stuck right now. And, I'll talk about it for a moment. The EM, that one guy, I'm talking about. I used to really admire him way early on, way early on, and especially when he was starting SpaceX, and and the dreams of that were great. They were incredible, and it was a wonderful idea, and it still is, and I'm still a proud watcher of all this SpaceX stuff and all the YouTubers out there that they kind of got their start because of SpaceX and all the development from Hoppy on. If you're in the know, you know what I'm saying when I say Hoppy. The Take Watchers, all of that. It was a lot of fun, and it was incredible to watch, people like landing a rocket and reusing it instead of throwing it into the ocean all the time. I mean, so we're still dumping a lot of shit, and there's still a lot of people like kind of starting to go, well, we should do something different. ESA is starting to think something different about it. I think NASA's really kind of going, yeah, maybe this is dumb that we're doing this stuff the way we've been doing it. But, it sounded like an impossible idea. I mean, as a kid watching 50s sci-fi, if you ever did yourself, uh, and you're watching all these, cigar-shaped silver rockets with big fins on the bottom, and they'd always land and take off again, and nothing ever made sense inside the rocket. Yeah, those rockets. So it's kind of cool seeing that happen nowadays. Now, I'm a huge proponent of the environment as well. So the other thing I like about it is the fact that you know, what they use for fuel is something that is, the methane and oxygen is a lot less harmful than, hypergolic fuels that a lot of rockets use. And then, like I said, so much stuff just dumped in the ocean. So never been crazy about that part of things. I was like, that seems so dumb. Why can't we do this? And finally, it happened. Anyways, I got sick of him and all that, and it all kind of started for me when he started he called out the coach. I think it was the coach of the soccer team that got stuck, and EM wanted to build a submersible, but I mean, it was like, it was like, okay, I mean, I get it, that's fine, whatever. But then he just got all weird and called the guy a pedo and all this stuff, and it's just like, and it seems like since then he's just kind of broken and gotten worse and worse and worse. I don't understand it because it's like, I know he's a rich boy that was able to get into all these things and never really started stuff. But I'm honestly trying to remember if he actually started SpaceX. I want to say he did, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You can tell me about it. That's fine. But anyway, but once he gets so ridiculous and the crap that he's throwing out there, and and I don't understand billionaires. I'm not one myself. I'm a less than a few dollars kind of guy, and but I don't understand that lack of uh, equity that people have when they're billionaires, where they're not doing things. I mean, there's plenty of people that do. I'm not going to say all billionaires are bad, but they are, but they're not. But I don't know. I just look at things like, you have all this money, and you could do all these things. You could save, a community. You really could. You could feed whole countries, some of you. And why not? I thought about it a lot. Like, I'm very poor and in bad shape financially. I'm not the greatest with money. I'm not going to have any. I'm not going to lie about that. But if I suddenly, like, let's say, won the lottery, and I won hundreds of millions of dollars, some of the first things I would do. I mean, honestly, yes, I would take care of myself and my family, and make sure we're okay, we're good, and I don't look like I need a lot of things. I don't look like it. Maybe I do need a lot of help. I don't know. But anyways, so I just look at it like I'd love to help this town that I live in now, help things grow, help things become better, add schools, add community centers and things like that. I want to be that person that helps so much. There was a gentleman, I don't know, I don't remember his name. I think it was in Florida. He was a millionaire, and he decided that he wasn't doing anything with all this money, so he put the money into this community. I think he actually owned a lot of the property there, and instead of just being the property owner, he put out all this stuff like helping these families. He made sure that these kids, if they worked hard, you're getting A's and things like that. I'm going to pay for your college. Um, a promotion to help people, not hinder them or not care. So, and the same goes for there was a business that, and this was years ago, and I can't remember the business at all, but I think it was in California. But they were doing incredibly well, and they had an opportunity to sell the company. Well, what they decided to do was that when they sold the company, they shared the profits equally with every employee there, from the janitor on up. Everybody got the same amount. It was like 60 something thousand dollars. Changed people's lives. And those people became steadfast employees, loyal employees, because these people cared about them. Luckily, these people also, part of the sale was that they stayed in control of things. So they kept their business the way they wanted to, kept treating their employees fairly. I think they even started increasing wages and doing more things for them once they realized how much better people were when they weren't worried about, health care. Can I buy medicine for myself? Can I buy food for myself? Can I pay for my utilities? Can I afford my rent? I'm sorry. Maybe some of you think, oh, you're going to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I don't think you understand what that means at all. Go look that up. Really, go look up what that really means. It's not what you think. I'm not going to tell you because I think you should go look it up. Anyways, that's bullshit. How many people, are out there in the world that they're disabled? Not their fault. They have mental problems. Not their fault. Or let's say that they were a very successful business person, but yet the business failed because of a fire or a family where their house burned down. They suddenly become homeless, and it's next to impossible if you don't have somebody to support you and help you out of that situation. There's a big need for all of us out there, not just America, but the world. And there's so much that could be done with all of this money that is sitting in people's bank accounts, being used just to make more and more money, to buy more and more companies, to make more and more money, and you're not putting anything back into the world. We all live here together. I'm a firm believer in that, and that we need to help one another out. And nobody needs to be living that much better than anybody else. I'm sorry, I don't see a point. We've pushed too much into, you got to have the right kind of shoes, you got to have the right kind of super yacht, you got to have the right kind of, this, that, or the other thing. You must have all the things. You must keep buying. The consumerism that is destroying us, the capitalism that is destroying us, because it's greed. It's all just greed, and that you have to have these things. They're not needs. They're barely wants. They're just extravagances. And I love extravagance too. I love beautiful things. I really do. But why don't we share it all? What's wrong with that? Why do you have to be down on people? Not everybody is out to just to, try to steal from you or take advantage of the system. They're doing that because they've got nothing else, and they are filled with their own rage and hate, and they're like, fuck you guys, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to steal this money. I'm going to get all I can, because that's what they think it's supposed to be. We need to change that. It doesn't need to be that way. The world can be a better place. We can be better people. We can be better humans. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't care if anybody says that I'm just, I'm being a dreamer, I'm being too idealistic. Nah, I think you're the one that's lost, not me. Anyways, I really hope you have a great day. I love all you guys. Bye.